The YouTube cue comes on now, okay? So high energy for the remainder of the call. Guys, welcome to the 3-day Dispo Challenge, and I'm so excited to have y'all. So in this 3-day time period, what we're going to do is we're going to be going over number one, what disposition is, and number two, how we can make it applicable to everything that it is that we're doing. Now, guys, real estate investing is separated into six specific key components. If you're here, please mute yourself, all right? So that way I'm not talking over anybody. So there's six components to a real estate company, and I want to break them down for all of you guys here. So first and foremost, let me share my screen real quick, and we're going to draw this out so that everybody can understand. A lot of people that are in this call, how many of y'all suffer from this syndrome? It's called a "where the hell do I start" syndrome. I think we all have that, right? Do we all got that? Come on, man. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that that's something that is there, right? Is that a lot of us, we have like a specific kind of direction, but we don't really know where we should start, where we should begin, how a lot of this focus should be. And so let me just kind of break this down and show you guys what a real estate company is, because we're going to separate this into six key components. All right. And so let me just kind of share my screen real fast. We're going to do a whiteboard here, and let me make it so that you guys can't touch the whiteboard, because sometimes when I do this, I swear to you, this thing just keeps happening. Hold on. We are going to not allow participants to edit. Okay, so the six key components of a real estate business, they go from one end to another, okay? And then from one end, we're going to do it again to another. And we're going to drag and drop this. And again, from one end to another. And then we're going to drag and drop this again from one end to another. And then from one end to another. All right, now what does this look like? I first want to start with this. All six components of a real estate company are the same. They're the same. Okay, so like no matter where you're at, Old Q used to have over 20 plus key components to what it was to have a real estate company. I consolidated them into six so that everybody here could follow and that this could be easy. So the six key components to a real estate company is number one, prospecting. Now, guys, I'd like for y'all to screenshot this as we go, okay? Because I know this is going to be a lot for some of y'all. Don't worry about it. We're gonna cover everything today. Number one's prospecting, all right? Number two is marketing. Got to have a whole department for that. Number three is acquisition. How many of you guys are making offers on properties right now? Drop a one in the comments if that's you. I know I got some hustlers in here that are making offers on houses. Acquisition's crazy, right? That's where you get the screw you. Hey man, why'd you call me? Hey, nah, dude, your offer's too low. Go to hell and die. You're gonna hear a lot of different things. Now, from acquisition, this leads into the sixth department, which is one of my favorites, right? So we got one, two, three, four. This is going to be the next one. This is where your CRM is. We're going to call that your CRM. This is where you organize things. This is where leads get followed up on. This is where you don't miss out on opportunities. How many people here are operating with a CRM? Who doesn't know that I own one? Because if you don't, Alex, go ahead and drop the link. So, guys, I have my own CRM that I built. It's called Jarvis. And it's also a lead gen tool. We're going to be releasing Jarvis Leads, which is a part of justjarvis.com. So, kind of be excited and be ready for that. Okay. So, this is a CRM that you can use to manage literally everything inside of your business. I know I got some people that are using Jarvis in here. Drop a one in the comments if that's you. I love you. Thank you for your business. And I appreciate you believing in what we're doing. So, guys, the CRM is where we organize things. It's where we nurture our leads so that we don't miss out on opportunities, which, in my opinion, and I think that I can attest to this, is where a lot of people lose deals, right? How many of you guys try to call a lead back in 3 months because they told you to call you back in 3 months, but you forgot to call them back in 3 months, so you called them back in 5 months, and they just so happened to have sold that deal on the third month when they said for you to call them back? Come on, man. Like, I got to be speaking to the choir here. That's happened to your boy more times than I can count, and I hate it, right? But if what if you would have gotten like a notification or like a reminder, like, hey, you got to do that. I operate everything that I do on a calendar. So I really hope that everybody here that can experience that is experienced that understands that, guys, the deal is in the follow-up. The deal is in the follow-up. Can I get an amen in the comments? The deal is in the follow-up. And we can't miss out on opportunities like this, right? So again, a CRM is so that we stay organized with our network, with our leads, with our buyers, with everybody. So you need an all-in-one, right? And so guys, this is super cool. Now, going back into this, right? That's the CRM. Now, moving into this part, this is what we're going to be talking about today. This is Dispo. Guys, Dispo is a whole department. There are people in here that I know of that probably are friends with a good buddy of mine or have gone in through his mentorship called Jamil Damji. I love Jamil, man, and I give him love and praise every time because if you ever meet him in life, he's exactly who he is in person. Love working with Jamil, right? So Jamil had developed this program years ago, which was like a joint venture program. And he called it Astro Flipping, which was so much fun, right? And so that opened up my eyes into what Dispo could be. Because, like yourselves, I mean, I think a lot of us, we have our own network, right? I mean, I have my people, you guys have your people, right? And so, man, I love building networks. I decided, you know what, like a couple years back, I said, I'm just gonna build my own network. And so I did. I started a Facebook group. It was called Wholesaling Houses Ground Zero. And that's where I met my good friend, Jose. So I think some of y'all know my friend Jose Castillo. He is the previous owner to Wholesaling Houses Elite Freedom. So, guys, Jose, he was one of my first admins. I think I'd gotten my group to almost 30,000 members. And then I just stopped because your boy had went through a time frame where he was just radically depressed. Come on, man. Can I get an amen in the comments that sometime the enemy tried to attack us when we're doing good? That happens to me all the time, man. I'd be on the top of the world, and then there goes Satan just trying to whisper things in my ear to drag me down. Now, those words can be very strong when they start whispering. And maybe like some of yourselves, I mean, I suffer from ADHD, ADD. I try to stay on topic as best as I can, but sometimes I kind of fall off the path. And when that happens, man, the words come in, the voices come in. And so I think we're all aware that as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's trying to change the trajectory of our entire family, that we carry a specific type of weight on our shoulders that requires a specific level of faith, right? And so, man, like I had it all. And then that just would happen to me. So, guys, my goal is that we're able to not have to go through that and that we have momentum when we have structure. I just didn't have structure and the beast had became so big, your boy couldn't handle it. And so, God, like most times, will just humble you. And that's exactly what happened to me. And so, guys, in Dispo, I realized that it was a business. I said, man, this could be a whole freaking thing. What am I doing focusing on anything else, right? Like Dispo could definitely be the thing that I do. And so, guys, there are people that run disposition companies where they not only broker your real estate deals, they list them, they flip them with you, they partner with you. We have one of those. So, guys, I mean, I'm just gonna give the shameless plug here for anybody that has a deal. Maybe you're a little bit confused on what you can or can't do with it. T is one of my really good friends. T and her husband Benny, they pretty much run the entire dispo apartment. I just hired them recently. They've already undergone some serious pressure from this, but they're looking forward to it, and they finally established themselves within the organization. So, guys, make sure y'all network with T. She's amazing. She's a mom, and man, I think Benny is a pastor. They're just great people. You're gonna love them. And so, guys, if you have any JV opportunities, make sure you reach out to them. So, guys, Dispo to me was its own business. I said, man, that's a thing right there, right? So disposition could be its own part of the organization. I separate the two. I separate dispo from acquisition because they're two entirely different departments of the organization. Guys, this is a real estate company from start to finish. That's all it is 6 different parts. You ask me, say, Q, where do I start? You start here. Prospecting number one. You find your leads, you get your phone numbers, right? And then you decide in marketing number two how we're going to reach out to them. Prospecting is not marketing for everybody here. Prospecting is not marketing. I want to make sure that I got that kind of drawn out for everybody. Prospecting is creating your customer avatar, okay? What is your customer avatar? Your customer avatar is who your motivated seller is. Come on, guys, what makes somebody even interested in selling a house? Right? What are their debilitating ailments that are associated with somebody who's willing to sell their properties at a discount? I'll start foreclosure. That's one. Come on, somebody tell me in the comment section what else do we got? We got foreclosures. I like that. We got what? Code enforcement violations, right? That's another one. There you go, Josh. That's what I like to hear. Divorce. You guys can pull divorce leads directly from the county. They're called decrees, or you can get them from divorce attorneys. A lot of times, if you were to kind of bribe a divorce attorney, maybe even a probate attorney, they can get you something. What about tax lien foreclosures, right? Tax liens are great. A lot of people with unpaid property taxes get foreclosed on. Judgments, even lost lawsuits in regards to real estate. Somebody lost a lawsuit in the amount of, let's say, 100, 150, $200,000. A writ of execution could rip their property from them. Some, yeah, judgment, got to go ahead and sell my house. Otherwise, I'm not going to make anything out of it, right? Got to settle a judgment. Yeah, eviction, tired landlord, list pendants. My people, come on. Bro, I love to see it. It makes me so hyped. So, yeah, guys, prospecting, we all know who our seller is. Our goal is then to figure out how to get a hold of them. How do we get a hold of these people, right? They're all over the place. We can use software, we can use the county, we can use resources, we can use our network. And so we prospect. Then it moves into marketing. Now, how are we going to reach out to these people? Are we going to cold call them? Are we going to text them? Are we going to send mail? Are we going to knock on doors? Are we going to hang up bandit signs? Are we going to go and like network maybe, right? So guys, marketing is the outreach of what it looks like. So if I'm going to market to somebody, I'm marketing to that person, but I'm trying to reach them in a certain type of way. Maybe leaving like a ringless voicemail, maybe sending an email to them, right? Maybe just going over to their house and meeting them. I don't know. So marketing is the outreach of how we're going to reach out to our prospects. So number one, we build a list. Number two, we market. Now, number three is the same thing as negotiations and sales. Man, so if you got negotiation and sales skills, this is probably where you thrive. So guys, acquisition is the term that we call for putting properties under contract. Now, somebody who's in acquisition really got to know their stuff. They got to understand the psychology of the deal. They got to know their numbers. They got to know their maximum allowable offer. They have to have a general idea of what the situation is at hand. If it's a probate issue, tax delinquent issue, if there are multiple heirs, if there's maybe a bad inheritance, maybe there's a divorce, right? So, like acquisition, man, I applaud you guys because that's one of the toughest roles that anybody can be in, man. And there's a lot of people out here that hire for that role specifically, commission only. You know what I'm saying? And guys, I've ran the office before. I've had a big office. Alex was one of my first VAs. So guys, huge shout out to Alex, by the way. If you've received any type of marketing to get yourself into this call, it came from her. So guys, just give some round of applause for Alex because she helps me build out these things, and I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for her. And she's an asset to what we do here in Q's organization because it's crazy to be with Q. T is my witness. It is crazy to work with Q. All right. Because I promise you, I try to get to everybody, but Lord knows if I could clone myself, T would be happy. But I don't know. Maybe the Lord will bless Q with a clone, or maybe my son can take up the mantle and take over a little bit, right? We'll see. But man, look, acquisition, guys, for my people that are in acquisition is a tough thing. Is a tough thing to do because that's sales negotiation, that's psychology, that's underwriting, that's fulfillment. Because now your name is on the line, right? Now your name is on the line. Now, this is where it goes into the next piece. What do you do with the leads that fall through the crack? That's where your CRM comes into place. So, CRM for all of you people is the organizational aspect of your business. Your CRM will tell you the health of your company, how many leads you're getting, your follow ups, all of those things, right? But it's a place where you go to centralize your business. They call companies organizations for a reason. It's so that you can be organized. And now we have Dispo. After that, guys, you should have properties under contract. Now we got to sell these damn things, right? Well, guys, Dispo is one of my favorite places to be, and it's what we're going to talk about today. But I always think that it's so valuable to break this thing down. Everybody in here should have a direction now, starting from the beginning, right? You find your list. Number two, you market to your list. Number three, you make your offers. Number four, you organize your prospects. Number five, you sell your real estate contracts. That's it in that order. That is a real estate company. There's no reason why anybody here shouldn't have a direction now. Now you know where to start because this whole thing comes back full circle. Okay. Now, disposition is one of the most valuable assets that you will ever have to your organization. Why is that? Because too many people, and I'm going to unshare my screen real fast. And I think that this is like this is a valuable thing for me to just say to your face real quick. Okay. So just give me a minute. Let me go ahead and close that. Can everybody see me? Disposition is not transactional. I have to say this to your face. It is not transactional. Guys, I'm telling y'all right now, Dispo is going to be where you make $1 million. Why? It's because this is when you build trust with people. It's one thing to talk to a seller and get them to sell their property. They have their property, right? So your name's on the line. That's one. But guys, Dispo, name's on the line 2 times because now you're messing with people that are in your network. You do somebody wrong that's a buyer. Let me tell you something about real estate, man. People talk. People talk. A lot of times, guys, a tree is known by the fruit it bears. So if you're constantly selling trash deals, you think anybody's going to open your email? If you're transactional with every buyer, you think they're going to come back to you and want to do repeat business? No, man. Guys, if you have access to millions of dollars, which I hope that one day you will, right? Disposition is where you're going to be able to do that. But wouldn't you want to understand that part of the product, especially if it's one of the most valuable pieces that you can ascertain in your business? It is a very valuable piece. This is where you raise capital. This is where you build your fund. This is where you find lenders. This is where you get hard money approvals. This is where you have relationships. Guys, I tell y'all right now, man, if I had a house that was a good deal here, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, or El Paso, Laredo, right? Who here is in Texas, by the way? Texas strong, baby. Love Texas, one of my favorite markets. You could stay in Texas and you will do very well for yourself, okay? And it's a great virtual market. For my people that are in here, dude, I've sold so many real estate deals to like the same five people. I can make a phone call right now about a real estate deal. All they'll do is like fund it. They won't even ask. They won't even ask. That's what disposition can do for you. Because when your tree is known for the fruit that it bears and it's consistently bearing profitable fruit, well, then everybody's going to want a piece of it, man. Because when Q gets a deal, people talk and they don't talk negatively, they talk good. Because man, I gotta figure out a way to link up with Q. That's what you want. That's where you want to be. That's how this works. You don't have to have a buyer's list of 1,000 plus people. Now I understand that some of you guys are like, oh man, well, Q, I do this virtually. I get that too. I get that too. And in that instance, you should still be engaging with real meaningful conversations. This position is about meaningful connections, meaningful conversations. Guys, one of my first mentors. All right. So again, going back, storytelling before we go into all of this, because I think this is important to mention, right? My one of my first mentors, he died of stomach cancer 3 years ago. I didn't even know he was dying when I met him. And I met him in 2017. Okay. So his name was Aaron. His last name was Pfeiffer. His family founded the first title company to ever exist in Texas. It was called First American Title. They became a franchise from up north. Up until then, majority of places in Texas in the early 80s, in the late 70s, if you were to buy a piece of real estate, for all of my people that are here, if you were to buy a piece of real estate in this area, it was an attorney that would facilitate everything. So you would close at a title company that was ran by an attorney. The escrow officer system did not come into place until early 90s, mid 90s here in the state of Texas. Okay. So why am I saying this? It's because one time, my grandpa got caught smoking a joint outside of the courthouse. He was a janitor. Now, my grandpa was a Vietnam veteran. He did 3 tours in Vietnam, and he was 17 years old when he got drafted. And he survived. He was also a war hero. He saved 4 people from something that was like upside down and it was on fire. One of them lost their legs, but he got a chance to live. My grandpa pulled them out. And so he got honorably discharged from the military. And so my grandpa, there's a statue of him downtown. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys understand the history of this, right? But when that dude that promised Vietnam veterans all of those benefits left office, I think he got I forgot what it is when his presidency gets ripped away. Forgive me, I'm not the most political person, but I understand history. My grandpa had all these promises and none of them were fulfilled. So if you ever see somebody rocking a Vietnam veteran hat, you better thank that person for their service because what they went through is way different than what most military people have gone through today. All right. Those people not only sacrificed, but gained nothing from it. A lot of their benefits were gone. Vietnam benefits, Vietnam War veterans benefits didn't come back until like the early 90s. So he struggled for over 20 years trying to take care of his family. And so, being a janitor at the San Antonio courthouse, he got caught smoking a joint trying to alleviate his PTSD. He was looking at 5 years in prison. The gentleman that took my grandpa in and gave him a chance in front of the judge was a man named Carl Pfeiffer. Carl Pfeiffer was the one who owned the first American title company, and he was fond of my grandpa. It just so happened that generations later that I would meet Carl Pfeiffer's grandson, Aaron Pfeiffer, and he and I would do business together. Talk about God working full circles, right? How did I meet Aaron? Well, guys, I was flipping a house on the west side. I didn't know anything, right? So, like, obviously, this is an area of town that you should probably have cameras and stuff set up. But, I'm just thinking, like, you know what? I grew up here, right? Like, I had a good heart. I think I'm pretty good. I would assume that other people are good here. Y'all don't do that, all right? Don't if you know the side of town is bad, the side of town is bad. Okay, so I stored AC units inside, granite countertops inside. Somebody ran into my house that I was flipping, okay, and took everything. They took my AC unit, so I didn't have any AC unit. Then I had just spent $6,000 on a 2-ton unit for this property that only had window units. I was trying to upgrade the neighborhood. Looks like the neighborhood didn't agree with what I was trying to do. So I had, my construction guy came over. He said, "Hey, I think I have somebody who has cheap units." I said, "What?" Okay, so I went over to this guy's office. His name was Aaron. He said, "Hey, man, what if you were to just sell me that property as is?" I said, "I mean, sure." And he was like, "Do you have any more that are like this?" I said, "I mean, I do, and I wholesale." And he was like, "Bring me all of your deals from now on. What do I got to do to be the first person that you send the deals to?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, I really want to work with you. So what do I got to do that?" This had been the first time that anybody had approached me like this. I said, "What? This doesn't make any sense. What do I ask for at this moment, right? Like, is it okay for me to ask for something? Because I'd only ever done assignment of contract agreements. This guy's wanting me to sell him my deal, and then he's wanting to come into an agreement with me for me to send everything to him. Dude, I said 10 grand. That's the first number that came to my head. Okay, so like I was pressured, and he was like, "Dang, I would have paid 20. Here's 10." Gave me the 10, right? So I'm just like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, no contracts or anything, but I trust your word, right? So you're going to bring me everything from now on?" I said, "Sure." So Aaron had a title company in the back, and he underwrote his own deals. Guys, I don't know exactly what was going on, but he bought every house I found. It came to a point where I would network with other wholesalers who couldn't sell their deals in San Antonio, and I would just throw 10, 15, 20 grand on top, and I would give them to Aaron. Guys, this was all of 2017. Mind you, I had just made $300,000 in that time frame. Aaron was paying me $50 to $20,000, $20,000 to $50,000 every time I sent him a deal. He didn't even care to look at it. He wouldn't even drive by it. He just told me to bring them, assign the contract, bring the seller in, we'll sign a deed. I'll do everything in the back here and just keep bringing them. So after a while, I just kept bringing sellers in. I said, "Hey, I can get you paid today. If you're willing to sign a deed, I'll pay you today." And Aaron would do all of the paperwork and he would close everything in the back office. I made over $1 million working with one investor. Now, God rest his soul. I didn't know that he had stomach cancer, and that had been something that he had been fighting since I met him. And 3 years ago, he went to go be with the Lord. And man, I didn't get a chance to attend his funeral. He was so private about it. He didn't tell me. I didn't know until after the fact. But this was somebody who would mentor me. I opened up my first office because he paid for it. He lent me money to pay for it, knowing that I was already loaded. He gave me the money. He said, "Everything that flies through this office, I want. So bring it to me and I'll keep making sure that you're fed." He taught me so much. He was my first private money lender. He was my first mentor that believed in me. He gave me some of the hardest lessons that I would have ever learned in the industry. Anytime I had a problem with an employee, anytime I had a problem with somebody in my office, and I didn't know how to handle it because I had never owned an office before. This was all new to me. Biggest position I ever had was assistant manager at Jack in the Box, dude. So I'm over here running a real estate office and I'm hiring bums to come in and cold call for me. But we had such a big operation. By the time it was 2019, I hired a bunch of different people, hired VAs for the first time. 2020 came around. I met Alex. Alex would be one of the first VAs that I would ever hire in my organization. And we just started growing and expanding. And we created a whole department around moving other wholesalers' deals, not just wholesalers deals, but my own as well. Because we had such an extensive network. I still have that network today, right? But the volume ain't what it used to be. Now we're doing it all over the place, right? One thing that I'm learning just doing this nationwide is that out of every 20 properties that a wholesaler sends me, one of them is actually going to close. That's how bad it's been getting. And it's because a lot of us are getting fed very, very, very wrong information. Very wrong information. So why am I telling you guys this whole story? Reason why, guys, is because this business is not built on just transactional. It's built on relationships. And that's what disposition is. If you're going to be operating in dispo, you can make so much money just doing dispo alone. That's it. You can raise capital this way. You can meet with investors and talk about their buying criteria. You can pay for their meals and have them meet you at like all these different spots and raise capital that way. Talk about all the properties that you find and all the consistent ROIs that your businesses is getting from just you funding other people's real estate deals or finding real estate deals for your other investors. All of this creates a track record. Guys, I have a lot of private money. I have over $20 million in excess of private capital that I can deploy into real estate. But just here in Texas, and just so that you guys know, if I can't drive to it, I won't buy it. So yeah, all the places that I buy at, they're less than 7 hours away from me. So I can just drive in whatever direction and get to the houses that I own. And I currently own 44 houses. A lot of them I funded utilizing money that I raised, capital that I raised from my Dispo network. And this, my friends, is why disposition is such a powerful thing to learn. And that's what we're going to be going over in this session. Okay. So, guys, going back to what we were sharing in this document here, just Want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Let me go back to the whiteboard that I created, right? All whiteboards, the one that I was just at here. God, I just created it and now it's gone. Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, cool. So we're going to open board here. And this is it, right? So from disposition, guys, you go into your KPIs. Your KPIs is where you're going to track what you do. If you want to scale your business, you got to be able to track what you do. Okay. And so, again, this is a numbers game. Once you go through this whole portal here, let me tell you what. Oh, let me make it so that people can't edit the thing. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So guys, when you get here to KPIs, by now you should have metrics. Metrics will then tell you what your business lifeline looks like. So then you should know the metrics. Okay. So every 10 leads that my company generates, I can get one prospect that is actually worthy of going under contract. Every 4 or 5 contracts that I get means that I'm going to close one deal. So your KPIs derive 3 different types of categories of numbers here. And this is what I look for. Okay. For all of my people that are here, 3 metrics to track: cost per lead. That's how much money that you spent to generate one lead. Second metric to track, write this down: cost per contract. We call that CPC in the business. It's not cost per click, it's cost per contract. Cost per contract means how much money did you spend to get one property under contract that is a worthy deal. The third metric is your cost per deal. It's how much money did you spend in total to close one real estate transaction. So again, do we all have it written down? Can somebody repeat after me in the comment section so I know that you guys are still paying attention? Cost per lead, how much money you spend for the lead. Cost per contract, how much money you spend for the contract. Cost per deal closed. That's the actual deal that gets funded and closed. Good shit, Benny. That's what I like to see. So again, in the cost per deal, if you know that every time you spend $3,000 on marketing, that you make a minimum of 17 grand, well, then how much money do we have to make? Or how much money do we have to spend if we want to make 100 grand, right? And so, guys, when you take those metrics, right, and you look at that, all you got to do is take $100,000, divide that by 17 grand. That's 5,800 and that's $5,800. Then divide that by the amount that you spent for your lead. Let me go ahead and dump that in here real fast. That's 3 grand every 17. So multiply that by 6, $18,000. If we spent $18,000 in marketing, we could produce $100,000 in revenue. Come on, man. Wouldn't that be a no-brainer? Right? But again, how do you get that? It's called proof of concept. It's one of my favorite passages in the Bible. It's not called proof of concept in the Bible for my people that are here. It's a quote in Matthew's, and it states that faith is in the evidence. I love that, man, because blindly you can't just walk around and saying God's real. You have to be able to prove that he exists, because it's being able to put the evidence and the pieces archaeologically and historically together to define what God means to you. You know what's so funny is people use that same tone to prove the existence of God that they do to prove it to themselves that they can actually do real estate. Come on, man. Like I got to be speaking to somebody here on that, right? Because if faith is in the evidence, I want to just make it known here, right? I mean, how many of us have actually felt the presence of God before? Drop a one in the comments. Like, come on, I'm going to drop a one because I have, right? Who's felt the presence of God? Who understands what that feels like internally, externally? Now we all know that that's real. Why? Is because we have testimonies. These are what you call eyewitness testimonies. So if I was to say that we were all going to court for this, and faith was in the evidence, well, the evidence is resounding that a lot of us has experienced what God's love feels like. That's one. Number two, now I want to ask y'all this, and this is a very personal question. You don't have to if you don't want to. How many of you guys have made a minimum of $10,000 real estate wholesaling? Any form of real estate, drop a two in the comments if that's you. Drop a two if you've made at least $10,000 doing this business. Would you look at that? Can we all just believe now that this is real? Right? Now, for all of my people here that need to see it to believe it, well, there you go. You see, in the beginning of our business, guys, a lot of it is believing because we have to believe it first before we see it ourselves. But for some of y'all want like actual eyewitness testimonies because that's what I'm gonna base my faith and trust on, are people who actually saw, have done, and have walked that path. We have it here. And there are people here that are stating that they've made more. I love to see it, man. I love to see it, guys. I've done very well for myself too. That's what it's all about, right? It's what we give back too that counts as well. So, guys, come on, man. We've all been there now. Is there anybody in here that denies that this business is real? None. There should be none, right? Do we all see that it's real? Drop a one in the comments if we all know that it's real now. So why aren't we moving that way? Why aren't we moving that way? Why aren't we honoring what we've been given that way? Well, because God's already presented us with the opportunity to get into this business. Why are we denying the thing that He's trying to show us? Ain't nobody in this call by chance. This is your wake up call right here. There's no reason that nobody in here shouldn't be able to be closing a deal within the next 3 days while we're doing this challenge. And so, guys, this is the most fundamental part of the business is being able to see that it's real. We have so many testimonies here in the comment section of people who've actually done this, and I love to see it. All right. And so, guys, I'm jumping into this real fast because I think that this is important for everybody here. The first thing that I want to go over is understanding dispo. And I kind of laid the foundation for that. When we understand disposition, we understand that it's not transactional. We know that this is something that we should be doing. Now, how do we go about making this a business? Guys, I'm going to show y'all something. You see this chart, right? Does everybody see this chart in front of me? I want to show y'all because I think that this is cool. Guys, Dispo has two parts. It has two parts. It doesn't always have to be just the properties that you put under contract. How many of you guys found me from a Facebook group, right? How many of y'all see me inside of groups? How many of y'all see real estate deals posted inside of Facebook groups? Come on, I'm going to show y'all something because it's been underneath your nose this whole time because it is a whole revenue stream that you're sleeping on. All right, we're going to go back. Remember, we talked about what a wholesaling company is? We're going to mention all three parts. Let me change the game for you real fast. Prospecting, no longer marketing for motivated sellers. Who are our prospects? Other people that are wholesaling. We're going to replace the motivated seller with a motivated JV partner. How many people in this freaking call have a deal that you are struggling to sell right now? Now, I'm going to help you guys out. You're going to figure it out on your own. But guys, come on. Prospecting right then and there. I'm showing y'all. Guys, this is it. Instead of a motivated seller, it could be someone else's real estate deal as a motivated JV partner. Now, how do we market to them? Where do we find everybody? Right? Come on. We're all in here, right? We're all in here, guys. We're all in here. This is marketing, dude. I see some of you guys trying to market in the freaking comments. I see it. This is what it is. So marketing is what? Messaging people on Facebook, commenting on their posts, trying to look for JV opportunities, pulling a list of wholesalers that drop their emails and messaging them directly, seeing if they have any inventory that's just sitting there, or maybe some dead leads that you might know a different strategy to convert on. Facebook groups, school communities, Discord groups. My guy NJ, yes, Nicole, that's what I like to see. That's what we do. So then we're in these places where people are literally posting real estate deals. Well, how can we plug ourselves into that, right? So then what does the acquisition looks like? Well, now I'm negotiating because if I'm going to do 50% of the work and I'm talking to somebody who's only done 50%, which in my opinion is marketing and putting the property under contract, well, I got to do the other 50, right? What does the other 50 look like? That's me helping this person, marketing their real estate deal and locking in my buyer. That's the other half of the work. So in acquisition, I'm negotiating my split on that profit margin. Guys, I don't know if T's still in this building. We have a crap ton of JV deals that we're looking at. I'm more than happy to take a look at anything that you guys going on if I am the one that you would like to be working with. Guys, by the way, plug yourselves in the comments. I want proof of concept here so everybody knows. If you have a real estate deal that you're working on, let people know in the comments. If you have somebody who is buying that could help that person, put your info in the comments. That's what this is about. You're literally acquiring houses as we speak. Reach out to T if you want to work with me directly because we do this in all 50 states. Now, again, you can choose who you want. I don't gatekeep nothing. So if you're in here, you're more than welcome to promote, man, because I want you guys to make money together. All right. So then acquisition is just me putting JV partners under contract. Same thing. The only thing is just different. I'm negotiating my split in their profit margin, which, guys, I feel 50 is fair. I do 50 all the time. I may go down to 40, may go down to 30. It depends on the size of the deal. If you're a friend, well, I might do it for 10. All right. Now, again, that's acquisition. There's cost of doing business for everybody, right? And so, again, acquisition is we're switching it. We're switching it. It's no longer putting motivated sellers under contract. We're putting motivated JV partners under contract. Same freaking thing. Our CRM, well, guys, what if I told y'all you could build Jarvis platform into monitoring all of your JV partners and nurturing them and putting them under contract and seeing if they have new inventory. You know what I love about working with wholesale companies that don't have a solid disposition process in place is that gives me the authority to step into their company with the pipeline that they've already built, that they've spent thousands of dollars on, that I didn't have to spend thousands of dollars on, and I can market their real estate deals to my buyers. How crazy is that, right? And then it moves right back into the dispo process. Well, now we have another JV deal under contract. Now we have our CRM loaded with JV partners. Now we've acquired about maybe 3 or 4 different JV opportunities. Well, then what can we do to dispo these deals? How can we plug ourselves into a disposition chain where we can sell real estate deals? Then this moves into my KPIs. Well, what did it look like? How much money do I spend? Guys, you know what I love about doing this part of the business? It doesn't cost you anything to market money, man. It doesn't cost you much at all. So, guys, I have a new portal that I've been using to sell real estate deals, and it's free. I'm giving it to every single person inside of this community right now. Guys, y'all want this? Y'all want the free Dispo tool that will maximize AI to sell your real estate deals? Come on, man. It's free. Now, obviously, there's a paid version of it, and it's probably going to do a lot better than the free version. But if I could give you 3 cash buyers per real estate deal that you found, right, and you have the option to possibly spend $200 to $300 to upgrade your account and get access to 15 or 20 people that are bidding in a war over your property, what would that look like for you, man? How would that help you? Come on, man. I got to get some amen in the comments. Got to get some people unmuting themselves, screaming at this point because I'm giving away the sauce. This is something that your boy has been using to move real estate deals. Now, I have the elite account, something that's a little bit different than what most people get access to. And it sells deals like a monster. All right. Now, guys, if you want it, drop a one in the comments. Drop a one in the comments. I expect everybody to sign up for this because it ain't going to cost you a penny to do so. It's literally free. And you can sell a real estate deal on it like tomorrow. You can start marketing to JV partners. This platform barely has less than 200 users on it. We just created it. Me and my business partner, Ken, have developed this thing from the ground up, and it's literally patent and proven already. People are closing deals using this software. It's freaking insane. Alex, if you can do me a favor, drop the link for everybody in the comment section. Guys, they just rebranded it. It's no longer offmarket.com, it's alpha.com. This link is a special link. This gives you access to be able to use it for free. You get 3 cash buyers per real estate deal that you list on this platform. Tomorrow, guys, we're going to be going over the intricacies of what it is to use this platform. Now, first and foremost, my goal is to help you guys sell real estate deals. That's my main thing, okay? Now, not only that, but in this call, I'm really teaching y'all how to actually build it into a business. That's my goal, is that you can look at disposition like it isn't just something that you do when you have a property under contract. It's something that you do constantly. You do constantly. Now, guys, we have a lot of things that we're going to be giving away. First and foremost, I'm going to be doing a live call on the platform. It's going to be tomorrow. We're already at the top of our hour in time, but there are a few things that I would like for you guys to do, okay? And this is what I think is very important for everybody here. Now, for all of my people, obviously having a CRM is extremely tough. Alex, we have an SDA that we use. For y'all that might not know what an SDA is it's called a system data analysis. We need a blank version of that, and we need to drop it in the comments section. So, guys, this tracker is a makeshift CRM for all of you that are here. We're going to email it to all of you guys, and tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to maximize the tracker. But does everybody now see the big picture here? Does everybody see the big picture? This is a business, and I'm going to show you how you can structure it like a business because my goal is that we get thousands of these properties listed on this platform within the next 6 months. I want this to be the premier Dispo tool that everybody has access to. You know what's great about this thing, guys? You don't have to spend any money on texting. You don't have to spend any money on emailing. When you list a property, the property is basically like the Tinder of a real estate business. Guys, this is so cool. When you list a property, I don't know, who here has been on Tinder? Who here has been on like Facebook dating? I hate to say it, y'all, but I've been single for 2 years, okay? I tried a relationship a year ago. I hate to say it. I feel like I'm overqualified for dating apps, but I had to try it, right? And so again, I got invited like 20 times to Facebook dating. And so, man, I found someone. It was great. You know what's crazy? Bro, she like liked everything that I liked. She was like a match made in heaven. I was just blown away. Granted, it didn't work. Found out she was cheating on me, and there's the end of that story. But all I'm saying is that this freaking thing, right, matched me with somebody that carried the criteria that I was looking for in a woman. aside from the cheating. Now, again, is it going to hit it right every time? I don't know. But all I'm saying is I was just blown away by the amount of people that I was getting matched with. And so, man, like, again, for my people that have tried out dating apps, I applaud you because dating for a lot of y'all is like an actual business. Like, y'all got your own follow up, your own little note section with all the ones that you're talking to. These are the ones that have potential. These are the ones that don't. I see you. I know it, man. I know I got some people in here that can attest to this. Can I get an amen? It's all right to feel alone and to not want to be alone. I get that, right? And so it's in those moments I download the app. I say, oh man, I'm getting matched up with all these random people. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy, right? Like they all have the same thing that I have in common. Now imagine if real estate was the same way. That's what Offa.com is, y'all. Offa.com is the Tinder of real estate. You list a property, and then the property matches it to a buyer that is looking for that specific criteria and brings the buyer to you. The app is going to launch at the end of this week. So, guys, that's going to be available on Apple and on Google Play Store for all of my people that are in here. So, guys, we all understand now that disposition can be a business, right? This is the homework for today, and I'm going to give it to you guys. For everybody that does the homework, tomorrow I got something special for you. Now, we gave y'all a few things. We have a tracker that's in the comment section. Copy and paste that. We're going to use that tomorrow. You can start using it tonight. It's kind of self-explanatory, but this is going to be my homework for you guys today. My goal for everybody here, find 5 people on Facebook that are listing properties right now and make a relationship with them. Pitch that you can JV with them. See if they're interested in working with you. Okay. That's 5. So we're going to cold reach all of them. We're going to give everybody scripts. So guys, don't worry about it. I know some of y'all might not be like, oh, what do I say? Right. I understand. I get where you're coming from. We're going to email everybody a JV contract script. This is so that you can walk through the deal with somebody. Okay. So again, 5 people on Facebook, total randoms, don't care who they are in your market, virtual, whatever, because we're going to get their properties. We're going to list them on Offa and we're going to sell them. So by day 3, we should have properties sold. And I'm excited to see how much money we can make today. Like literally, this is going to be a crazy challenge. All right. So the homework for today is 5 people. Second thing that I would like for everybody here. Second piece of the homework here. Wait, hold on. I had it in here, the agenda here. Go through the spreadsheet that we listed inside of the comment section. This is an internal CRM that I paid somebody $20,000 to help me build. Okay. So my mentor operates his whole businesses, all 20 of them, out of one single spreadsheet. It's called an SDA. It stands for System Data Analysis. This is a way that you can track everything that you're doing. So some of you guys might not be able to afford a CRM. I get it. We've all been there. Sometimes CRMs can be costly. It costs you $500 a month to organize your business. It's crazy, right? Guys, I understand if some of y'all can't afford $97 a month. I get that too, right? So I'm gonna give y'all one for free. So y'all get a free internal CRM that I paid $20,000 for. I'd like for each of you to go through it and study it. So again, 5 contacts, study the CRM. Third piece of homework here, just so that we're all here, okay? Where to go? Review the JV contract agreement that we're sending to everybody and study it, okay? Remember, we're gonna create a checklist and email it to everybody. At the end of the 3rd day, we're giving away 3 accounts on the Elite program, the Elite Pro program for Offa.com, which gives you access to unlimited investors, which is going to be insane. We're giving away 3 accounts, mind you guys. Those are freaking like those are $6,000-$7,000 a year accounts. You guys are going to be able to get them for free. Okay, so that's again, we're giving away 3 free accounts. Second thing we're going to give away. We're going to give away a cash buyers list of over 2.3 million people that are buying properties in all 50 states. Third thing that we're going to give away is going to be a free year-long membership with my private coaching community. That's a $1,200 value. Guys, this is going to be insane. So those are the 3 things that we're giving away. 3 elite accounts on the elite level, $6,000 a year in value. We're going to give away a $20,000 freaking, we're going to be giving away the, the year-long membership to the coaching program. All right. It's fire. It's going to be super fun for everybody here. And we're going to be giving away $2.3 million cash buyer list in all 50 states. So be excited for all of these things. Okay. So guys, tomorrow I'd like for everybody to be with the program. We're going to be introducing how this software works. By the end of today, y'all should have already downloaded it, gotten familiar with the software, created your accounts. It's super fun, okay? So guys, we're gonna drop the link one more time in the comment section for everybody here. I'm gonna open this thing up for a Q&A. I went over how you can turn the disposition part of your business into its own standalone department where you can operate a whole different style of company based out of this specific department. So we got no excuses at this point. Okay. Everybody here get an offa.com account. It's free. Through my link, you get it for free. The recording of today's call is going to be uploaded to YouTube for all of you guys that are watching today. All right. So just be excited about it. With that being said, like, subscribe, share. Everybody here is going to receive the recording. I'm going to go ahead and pause and then I'm going to open this up for Q&A. All right. So let's get it, guys. Y'all got your homework. Everything's in the comment section, but stay in the call. Okay.